Fana cheating at best. Producers come and go, but there's some producers that have done things that speak for them through time. And Skillz, Mr. Producer, is dear guest watu waleo. Come on, man. One of the goats of producing, has produced for almost everyone, from the biggest people like Slap D having hits from some of his albums, to Will's Mr. Nyopole, to so many other people. And for me, he stands as one of those people that I feel like understands Zambian music and how it should go, because of when I started produce when. And I can go back to even mentioning people like Will's that haven't produced anything with him, and we haven't had any like big songs.
Will's.
We don't even want to go there.
No, we don't want to go there. That's what I so yeah.
But like really, like for me that was proof that sometimes
you need a certain producer to be with you for some time until that producer dies. No, you're not dying.
But let's get to Yambile for a minute part. For a producer, Mr. Nyopo, Mr. Skillz, Riaz Wagar. For a producer, how it important bunch Bunkara channel producer almost love to understand.
Okay, most of the time, Zima Pescat, when you have a producer who understands you, you come from politicians and checks and balances. Because me, as a producer, I understand your sound, the kind of codes that you manage to hit exactly, even just the direction of the production. If you do something that I feel is not really as good, because I know what you're capable of doing, I'll be able to tell you like, we want to hang up, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if we start from the top, I've heard a bit of your story, but if we start from the genesis, what school was Mr. Skillz at?
Primary. Primary, I was at Thorn Park School.
Okay.
Then junior high school I was at North Mid. Then high school I was at Jacaranda.
And then college?
College I was at Evelyn Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mwakulida Musaka in short?
Born in Dola. Stayed there for about 3 to 4 years. Then we moved to Lusaka.
So how was it after Mwafia wa Mondola, then Mwasa Lusaka, growth in Akale back in the days? How was it before Tamla Banaba producer, Tamla Ishwana Budowune Filimba? How was it growing up?
I was this kid that really loved music. So we used to live with my mom's young brother, Uncle Cliff. He passed on. So most of the times it would be a situation where I could take him up to school because he was a taxi driver. So Momoto guy was playing, it was to my oldies at what's that song? There's a song that I like whenever I hear that song, he always comes to my mind. So like the whole way I'll be singing and telling repeat. Yeah.
You don't remember the song?
Those guys that used to lip sync.
Is it Red Rat?
No. Tuwazungu so.
Westlife.
Crisscross?
No. Benzo Chapo. I think in the early 90s.
Okay.
80s. Yes.
Your conversation.
Yeah. And then when I was in grade 6, I remember at school, because that was at that point they were converting these primary schools to basic schools. So we had grade 9s at our school. Then they were supposed to graduate to grade 10, but not from that school. So most of the times, like I had tapes. I used to record tapes, bonded that Radio Phoenix, Shani. So I had a collection of very good music. Not that I had ambitions of becoming a DJ or anything. Yeah, no. I just loved music. Yeah. So you'd find situations where a grade 9 would come to my class. I was in grade 6. I'm asking for tapes. So we'd exchange, brings me a tape, I give him mine. Then I was surprised the time they were having their leavers ball, when they were graduating. They came and they inquired if I can DJ for them. And I was just a young boy. So I was surprised. Hey! DJ! Now what am I going to play for these people? So, no, just play. You've got very good taste when it comes to music. Just play whatever you have. Oh, okay, cool. So that's how when the day came, I went with a bag, tapes in there.
I
jumped for them.
DJ.
Yes. But it wasn't really there. I didn't.
What was it born then? The idea of continuing Konkala DJ.
So no, it wasn't. From grade 6, I was just I'm in the Pabondi room, playing music. Yeah, until when I was in grade 12, DJ Links, the late, sorry, he came to play at our school at Jakarani, Mark 44, because Mark 44 were in the same intake. Yeah, though him was APU. Yes. So Links came to play for us. That he had a disco. A disco. Big bounce. Yeah. So he was the one who was providing sound for that same gig. Yeah. So when he was doing his thing, he was wearing that Sprite DJ. I was like, who's this guy? I used to hear about him on Radio Phoenix. So I was like, God, because just the way he did his thing. So I went. I went to him. I was like, you know what? I think I love what you were doing, and I would want to learn. I was like, no problem.
You grade 9 there?
I was in grade 12.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, no problem. You should come to North Meet by Alpha Bar. I'll teach you. So that's how I started going there. He even gave me his number. I started going to Alpha. Say teaching your time because I must see this. Could teach him, but if I can sing. Hey! Yeah. So he taught me. Then I started growing the interest now in just getting into DJing. Yes. So I approached because Tivo Choice FM. Tivo used to do mixes every Friday or something around 16. So I even about I also approached Tivo. I went to Findeco house. Spoke to him, told him, I want to learn.
What's the connection? No
appointment. But I'm trying to explain, no problem. That's why I started interacting with him, though Evans I'm not busy. But you would meet 1-2 times a week, so yeah. Then after I finished my grade 12, I started working and I got a job at Zambian Brewery. I was a stock controller. So for music, hold on. Part time. The job kuja worked there for about 2 years. Then the zeal just came back again. There's something about music. Ijatuli kunchito. Ukanga check to 7 mshamusho zafuna kuliko courage I need to go back.
So if you mwalondo whereby mwaimafe kwa na appointment mwalombo kumisambirisha and all that. Ushebuka kalashi wabapopa muntu who chasing it chasing a dream to go and kuchita
Just follow it.
To just follow it, no need to cut a connection. Shine uko as a young person, buka wanakanashi wapo, especially from musician producers na mfove na mfoma radio presenters.
Ibati. Okay, chibema chimacho.
Chinyanja.
I want to balance.
Okay.
Yeah. That you don't know what's out there if you don't go for it. You know. So ngawa ikara beti no mbagaidi uri limbiwa machiki limbitanjaski na tawaishive. So the only way you'll be able to tell what DJ Kasinga na mtwalira ulimbo anga kulisha parade or anything na mtwalira promo alisha parade. It's when you approach them. You know, make them understand what you want. Then that's when you'll be able to tell mkamba wao yo or wachikata
Okay.
But nga uli tini of your patali ama chiki ama sere
Let's talk about the comeback into Maje music. Yes.
I put the very deadly stunt. So what happened? I actually quit my job.
Yo.
Before finding a job.
I wasn't even looking. I quit my job to start producing. Yes. So there was this day I came from work. I had a friend. He had a computer, so we used to burn CDs. So Orange Boy, I don't know if now he calls himself Gaddafi.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Gaddafi came to the studio. By that time, he was working with George Mang. He was a producer there. So he came to the studio, wanted to use our computer to burn software, to transfer software from this CD to the other CD. So as he was doing that, I was there inquiring, I didn't get if you finish it. He was like, no, yes, software. I won't feel pangama beat. Oh, yeah, I could record me in Cubase. They don't pay it. So that with the folks then she I was like, no, pay a copy. No patient quickly pay. That's how I copied, left it on the PC.
What year is this?
That was in 2005.
Okay. What a great year.
Great.
Yeah. So after copying the software, I installed it on the PC. Then I was trying to maneuver around and see how it works and all. So when I tried 2-3 things, I was like, oh, okay, let me try to make something. So I remade the beat by 50 Cent, just a little bit. I started pangurura, without anyone showing me where to find what and what. I was just trying. After that push, everyone that heard that beat was like, until my friend now, the one I was working with, like, you know what, this should tell you something, which means you, instead of just DJing, you can actually produce. So I was like, what can we do next? Tete ambeku sabanje, segule studio. I was like, manja inenchito. How am I going to manage to do this whole production thing? Let's just make a plan. I went home, thought about it. Following day, went to work. Resignation. That's how I resigned. Went home. My mom was upset.
Of course.
Mom was upset. She was like, you know, give me your boss's number. He was just joking. You come tomorrow. What? Called my boss and no, he was just joking. It was a good joke. Yeah. But I tried to explain to her, like, you know, me, because you know, the kind of job I had, you had to be at work at 0:05 will implant. We took at 22.
Yeah, demand.
And then ila avienze ku music. So kaska tuteme kombo kantu agona music uzaishika kwa. So I just said no, man. As I quit, started producing.
As you was that, was the name of the group Milli Vanilla?
Milli Vanilla, yes.
Gary, Mr. Masano, remember?
Yes, Milli Vanilla. Milli Vanilla.
Let's see if I can find something. Yeah.
So that's how we started the whole studio thing.
Okay, I want to fast forward to when people start taking you serious as a producer. Because some young guys come and whatever.
Yeah.
Who was the big artist or first Ashtabili Molimo, and how did that
go?
The first big guy was Joe Chimango. Because when I started producing like I was making the beats, but I didn't know how to mix. So especially at my beat my record, my mixing, but you don't know like EQ and all those things. Yeah. So the first song I ever produced, we brought it to Hot FM. Found Tony. The Tony was like, you know what, this song is good, but the focus.
It's a bit bounce.
It's a bit bounce. The title was a bit controversial. The title was Chindak by Future. So we brought the first version. There's a Don roller coaster. The song is good, but there's something like the voice. It's not clear. The vocals are. Now I started thinking, so which means this song won't play. Try it out, boss. Okay, what can we do? No, there's nothing you can do. Just go back. Just go back to the studio, work on whatever I've told you, and then bring it back. This is a very nice song. So, plan B now was, what do we do next? Then, because of Orange Boy, in the basic I could judge one. I was like, okay, so come on, Joe. Okay, so I went to jam now. So Joshua was like, in do I'm busy. Explain. So if you are smart, just sit here. You'll be watching what I'm doing. You can ask a few questions.
What make people give you the attention? Just not like passage attention. Or you jump attention, because all of us want to be found in my spaces. I mean, space monga Joshua, even me, why give you?
I think maybe it was for Joe, because I played in the song and I explained to him what happened. So obviously he saw the potential, you know. Yeah. So.
And how determined you were?
And how did I? Because I used to go there. Like I would go there around 8. I would find the studio closed. Mom
understood that wasn't a joke.
Mom, but she was very upset. Yes. Like when Apamanja Kataka period, because that was kind of a broke man, then drama, who can pay back. So you have to make a plan. So you go to Jochuango's studio there, and go, okay, I'll wait. Abuela was up to money, because there was a mango.
JK used to sweep as well.
Yes, George, okay.
That was
you're seeing it here.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Went too far.
Yeah, so Zapiangzani mango vagopa ya manager. Rough kid. It's never pushing my files, I'm signing. Pianga, could not meet, couldn't go and see my manager. Kafika, okay, Karapa number. So he was mixing Savoy song. So, Muma vocals, that thing is I make that feedback. Like when you have a phone near. So my vocals, there was a part Penzolila Kenka as a phone. Chita magnify voice. Akatina, fakapoina, paka peskat kazima. This guy is a magician. I should tell you.
But double.
Hey. That's alright. Boss, what did you do? I explain. Oh, okay. So I frequented his studio, like I used to go almost every day. So meeting different people there. Until Monday number one, I think up and I agree on my basics. That's how I went back. Worked on the song. And there's a phone I mixing na ndo movie sa foot abakana to yet. Not yet. Died Africa. First set sakile in plan. So I called Rafo. Because Rafo used to produce Slap D, sing sound. So I called him like, how much would you charge like to mix a song? No, come and talk. That's how he came. So me, what I wanted now, because Rafo in Zeko is that Nimfana Mzanga, he wants independent number. But him, at least he had the...
I got the book exposure.
I was like, India hasn't put this up now. I think I stood, come a chicken at Chifuaka. So, where's the project? I opened the same project for him. He plays it. Then he goes like, hey, so me, when I'm mixing, I want to be alone. I'm like, yo, like no, that won't work, bro. Yeah. Me, I want to learn. If you want to learn now, that will be an extra charge. Extra charge again, foot. So Kapapatira, he refused. There's a guy, no, just go outside. I'll call you when I'm done. They went to that okay that I'm here. He refused. He said, I was like, me when I'm working, I want to be alone. No one else in the studio. We left. We went to sit in the other room. He did his thing. I said, a nyimbo. Nampelekea Tony was like, manje ya guina. Manje, ni mixing. I'm like, it is a very cheap. Food. Plan B. I told him, bro, don't you want to start working with us? He was like, in fact, right now, I don't have a studio. Like, yeah, so come. Hey. Okay. That's how Rafo now started coming to the studio, even say recording his music from it's the backside from our studio. To Rafo, I made Slap D. Then so I made the backside there. That's how we became friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't fund the pretty future.
Okay, I never felt ngare na ine shopon.
Studio yes.
What you end?
But let's forward it. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Fast forward. You are big producer. Have your own artists, of which Wills was part of.
Yes.
I like I find it hard to understand why maybe Wills hasn't done a song with you
in a while,
despite so many hit singles and songs. Nacho Sayake. Why hasn't come to you as someone who maybe saw it in him? Because I somewhere when Monzo should explain because even him, his commitment towards Venzo Cheetah, but failure for him to come back is something I felt to understand, and I wanted to ask you so that we know about that.
Okay. Yeah. So from the time we went our separate way, we were not really talking. There was a certain way he spoke to me when we, what I mean. So I felt, for sure, come on in. So, Kuwai. But after, I think that was last year. Growth and all that. I said it. So I called him up. Hey, what's up? So right now, as I'm speaking, me and Wills talk. I've been to his place. He comes home. But when it comes to working as in recording, I don't know. That conversation hasn't really happened. I'm sure he's got his own reasons. But for me,
good.
I'm good. Like I'm very I can show you text messages.
Okay, so it may be under a second. Never for munje weko fetch kankala cha not sampling the beat. I'm a producer right nowadays. Not to form a piano area left, right, center. Bushe bukankala shibwa for ama producers not to cluster sample ama beats. Especially nowadays, I feel like pali number unless nkuri muntu on shishiwe. But no matter only producer ungashita produce proper ama piano like from the start, from the ground. It didn't get in the moment me and Cass twali show wimbo sounds like a certain song from somewhere, you know what I mean? And they keep just because the new wave, just because every trending, and they keep doing that. Which how does that have any advantage or disadvantage as a producer? Or Olobuka cash for not to sample beats.
Okay. Really actually. There was a time I was watching a live stream on Facebook. There's a gospel artist who actually he's not in Zambia anymore. I think he's in Australia or America.
Is it Georgia?
No. Is it Mr. Fortune? Yes. So he was. It was more like a podcast. There was Rachel, Tamunamwale, and
Rachel, the gospel singer.
Yes. So they were talking about the Zambian music industry, gospel, generally just. So he was saying, when he went for a concert in America, because that side, when you say America, it's divided into states. So there's California, there's Atlanta, and all. So for them, they think Africa is also one state, and it's like divided now. Zambia, Malawi, whatever. They are just states, and Africa is just one
country.
Yes. So from the big country, the state in which is more famous and is being accepted out there is Nigeria. Like the Nigerian music out there in America, Australia, UK, Nigerian music is what they know about Africa.
Okay.
Followed by South Africa. You know what I mean? So in as much as we've had this conversation of having our own sound and whatnot, I feel what most guys are trying to do is, because they've noticed that the Nigerian, it's not really Nigerian actually, because the Nigerians themselves call it Afrobeat. Afro is Africa, you know what I mean? Yes, they didn't categorize it as Nigerian
beats.
No, it's called Afrobeat, which means it represents the entire Africa. So what I feel is, if we can push this sound without all these politics that, hey, no, we come to like we just do whatever it is that we can do.
But why can't you not in the calendar really? Because not cool, it's a new generation.
Exactly. Yes.
Let me just to back you up, Bessie. Toliwe.
Yes.
By far one of the
best Zambian
songs ever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We can argue and argue.
Yeah.
That song will always pop up as one of the songs.
Yes.
If we play that song, there's obviously a fusion of all these other things.
Yes.
But most of it is what we are.
Yes. It is what we are as Zambians, but me being the guy who produced that
song. Give us a run through.
Let me give you a run through. So the guitars on that song are actually from Congo.
Okay.
There's a rhythm called Mutwash by Congolese. So I tried like to fuse that Congolese Mutwashi guitar with hip hop, because Wills was a rapper, then now he switched to dance, like he's fusing both. But that time he was full-time rapper. So I thought, since this guy is a rapper, let me try to get Mutwashi guitars from Congo and blend them with hip hop. That's how we made that song. Yes.
So there was no Zambian influence on the song?
On the song, I think The vocals.
Okay.
The vocals were very Zambian. Yes.
But then for my it's the produce sounded so Zambian.
Because let's say it sounded African.
Okay, yes, I'm going to agree with you.
Yes.
Munashta African. But the one thing, at this time,
Yes.
Afrobeat was kicking.
Yeah.
Yes, Afrobeat, Nigerian music was a thing.
True.
But I think what she's trying to say is, we as Zambians, tikonka chape vilivonse.
And I don't think
because at the time when Afrobeat was hot, you should have done an Afrobeat for Tollywood.
Yes.
But you ended up going in your own direction, which for me, Mutwashi might be a Congolese thing, but in Kalindula, we also have almost similar.
So if you follow Kalindula as well, they also used to get rhythms from different parts of Africa.
Yes.
Nobo, Kuicha, fuse.
But since of
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think inspiration is okay.
Yeah.
Inspiration is very,
but
very
doing
okay.
copy and paste,
copy and paste is wrong.
Unacceptable.
But let's talk about you and maybe your producing when it comes to Zambian music. Procedure Imankalabwanji, artist Akabuela, give us the whole rundown of you producing a song.
Okay. There are times when an artist would come. So mostly, like, you want to hear what they have, what they've brought to the table. So you ask them, hey, so what is it that you want? Then they will maybe sing for you the chorus. So from there, that's when the work starts now. Like, is the chorus making sense or not? If it's not, you bring in your ideas as well. Like, why can't we do it like this? Why can, so you start exchanging ideas until you agree on one thing. Then you start making the beat. So after the beat, then the recording part. So the recording part, depending on the mood for that day, you might record today. Then you listen to the project the following day, and you'll be like, hey, finish what it's Then you
come back
and change a few things.
Maybe two last questions that I have for you.
Okay.
Most moment Nyimbo produced, and even till today you don't believe you are the one that did that. Now West song produced.
Joke.
Hi. Let me see. Hapa si yoina msimiya.
Was that just a background?
I mean, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I think my the song which I talk about it.
Night yanga.
I'm trying to think now.
Nyambilika?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think Hamba Nawe.
Hamba Nawe. Oh yeah.
Hamba Nawe. I don't know. Maybe I think it was the experience that blew me off, because we made the beat. I made the beat. Manas got it. Following day he calls me. What do you studio? Naboya ni narrator pa. Funa bwana mfakile chorus. Oh okay. Nishireto sana mbezepo beat. Manas penda mfakila beat phone. I don't know what happened. I think he lost his phone. So when they came to the studio, Rachel was hearing the beat for the first time in the studio. Then within like less than 3 minutes, she was like, let's record.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Since
and she just went on the mic. If you listen to that song, you'll notice that the chorus was long because she was just freestyling there. But when she was done, I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was the best.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, like
wait, for the record, I'm the Zingle of Zambia, so I'm likely to come to your studios, Mr. Skillz,
no
on
problem.
the beat.
Yeah,
and
very welcome.
My first song is Yalaba Hip Hop. Okay, so you won't for my artist.
Okay.
Upe.
Tell you what, man. Voice and Villa and you have a skills boss tikamba. Thank you very much for all the great music that you've given us. Our Mpamvu song today comes from Wells and Wezi. It's actually called Towela. Toliwe, produced by Skillz. Riaz.
It means I'll be back.
Anyway, let's talk background how the mom is reacting now that it's big.
She's late. Yeah, it's the reason why I don't know if you've noticed, like I've been in the background. Yeah, because I was grieving and I just passed on in 2016.
Sad.
And it was hard for me to get over her death.
Sorry.
Okay. Are we likely to see you back?
Just 2 weeks ago, I came across this boy whom I've signed. So
sign me.
yeah, so we are about to start dropping some.
No, I have another boy that I think you can say. I've been talking to you about him.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not a girl, not me.
No. You gotta do this. Yeah.